Greetings, royal queens and kings. It's your host, Queen Toast, and we are back, honey. We are definitely back for another episode. We are still on a wig hunt. So, if anybody has found a wig, it's a $500 wig. Okay, get into it. Nyca lost her wig and the competition coin, child. Now, her protege, one of them, Room Shaker, returned her mod stick. Oh, absolutely. She said, baby, you can have this mod stick. I don't want it. Listen here, we got Lady Nyca out here in the court, out here in the courts. And she is definitely still trying to prove her case. I want everybody to rise. We are now about to enter court. The current time is 12:42 p.m. Today is Thursday, January the 30th. Okay, so first on the docket, we have Lady Nyca and Lady Nyca's antics. The complaint. We do have a complaint. I don't know if you all can see this, but we have a complaint, and I was able to take notes. I do not have the hard copy, so if prosecution can definitely get me over the hard copy so that I'll have a file for myself and then I actually give it to my secretary as well. We have Lady Nyca versus the people. And then we have the people versus Lady Nyca. We have Lady La. We have Ronnie Q. And okay. And then we have Shauna. Shauna is a white. Okay. This complaint, I'm going to read the complaint as it says. Shauna is a white tranny invading black spaces, utilizing her whiteness to be a Karen. Okay, so not really sure where that is. We'll probably put that on the docket for tomorrow. Do we have any jurors in the building? If we have any jurors in the building, we're going to go ahead and let the jurors come up. We're going to let prosecution come up. We are going, any attorneys in the building, if you would like to come up, we're going to drop the link for you. Okay, if anybody is interested in this court case, would like to sound off, this is the time to do so. This is actually, we had our preliminary hearing earlier this morning. And so now we're back to get down to discovery. So if anybody has any information as far as discovery, if you would like to send those documents in right now so then we could have them, I'll put the information up so you can do so. Okay, so not only we are actually summoning Pastor J. Wilson to court as well. There is a civil lawsuit for $200. Do we have a Pastor J. Wilson in here? Is there a Pastor Jay Wilson in here? Mm. Okay, we need to know. Uh-oh. Do we have a Pastor Jay Wilson in here? Is my audio okay? Okay, we are going to put out a bench warrant. Um, is that James? Okay, so and then we have a bench warrant. Okay. Do we have a Billie Jean in the building? Okay, so okay, the prosecutors talk communicating. Okay, so the prosecution says that no P is chewing coffee in his car. Okay, so we're gonna put out a bench warrant for Jay Wilson. Is there a Billie Jean? A Billie Jean. All right, there's no Billie Jean in the building. Okay, we will be putting out a bench warrant for her. Lady Nyca, are you in the building? Okay, because this is a Billie Jean versus a Lady Nyca. Are any of the parties in here today? Is any attorneys in here representing any of the parties today? Okay, the prosecution has spoken. Billie Jean is working on production number 3. Okay, so we'll actually give Billie Jean a pass. I'll actually pass this off. Uh, Let me look at my calendar. Okay, if she's in production, then we'll have her come back Monday, February the 3rd at 1 p.m. And that will go for Lady Nyca as well. So Monday, February the 3rd at 1 p.m. If there's any counsel in here, prosecutor, could you please make a note of that and get me a hard copy of that after the court? Okay. Do we have? Okay, who else is on here? Do we have a Brianna Burgers? Is there a Brianna Burgers in here? Any attorneys in here to represent Brianna Burgers? Okay. Prosecution, please just communicate that and let me know. I'll double check and I'll recall out the names before we end um, on this docket. Do we have a Pizza Pizzaro? Pizza Intel. Okay. Pizza Intel. Is there a Pizza Intel in the building? All right. Do we have a Pizza Intel? Any attorneys in here representing Pizza Intel? Okay, we'll do a bench warrant. Okay, the prosecution is communicating. Brianna is gnawing off the ankle bracelet that her boyfriend has on his leg. Okay. Oh, okay. We'll need to communicate with probation. So right now, Brianna Berger's case is going to be on hold. Um, have probation. Prosecutors have probation reach out to me. So we'll just put probation on standby. If you could make a note of that, prosecution, and make sure, actually make sure the burgers are up to date on the probation fees and the restitution. If not, we will be making other arrangements in this court. If they are counsel, whoever's in here representing the burgers, Mrs. Brianna Burger and Mr. Burger, please get that information over to them or their attorneys. Okay, you got that. All right, so we have piece of intel. She does have a bench warrant out. She does have a bench warrant out. Does anybody know who Shauna is? Shauna Shelley. Shauna. Oh, these are two different people. So Shauna and Shelley, are they in the courts today? Okay, she had to use those fees to pay for a couple of pregnancy tests, but I will relay the information. Absolutely. Okay. So we will place that on hold. Okay, okay, okay. All right. So per the docket today, we are here because of there is a money issue, and the complaint is stating that there is bullying, there is scamming, and there is misinformation going on. I am just going to give my thoughts and my opinions on it. Give my thoughts and my opinions on it, and whether if this you attorneys can work this out, or if we are going to need to go to trial. Okay. So with Jay Wilson, we'll bring him back. But with the Billie Jean versus Lady Nyca, I'm actually going to dismiss this case because this is a copyright infringement. However, this was used, I did go ahead and look up the laws. This was used in fair use commentary. Um, the creator that did use clips of Lady Nika's face and her image. There was no footage of this being one big production. And that's what was stated in the complaint was this production was simply and very biased, making a particular individual look a certain type of way. But there were more than one scenes on the production. I Production two was submitted. We I don't know, I didn't get it in my discovery, but production one, if attorneys or prosecutor, if you guys can make a note to always forward or CC me in an email whenever you are doing discovery. That way we'll have it on my team. And if not, CC my secretary so she could have it for me. So we're still waiting on part one of the production. We do have part two, and I'm summoning that we can get part one of the production uh, to me by tomorrow, which is going to be Friday, January the 31st. And whoever it is that I need to speak to get it expedited, please let me know. I will do that. So we're going to need part one discovery by tomorrow, and that is Friday, January the 31st. And I'm going to need it by 11 a.m. or actually before the courts. So we'll say 8 a.m. All right, and on to Lady Nyca. What we did not have in discovery from Lady Nyca was um, the books. The books were not turned in. The books were definitely not turned in. The only thing that we have are a few receipts, and so we will need more receipts. We'll need pictures of the cash apps for and or around the dates of 11/25 to 12/30 of 2024. So we'll need the receipts from 11/25 2024 to 12/30 of 2024, and the courts are needing that discovery in the case of Lady Nyca versus Sarah, just Sarah. And I am actually going to summons all of the contestants that were involved with the Christmas sweater competition. I'm going to summons all of the participants from the ugly sweater Christmas competition. There's evidence that the winners were crossed. This is in the complaint. The complaint states that there's a James. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not okay. I'm off of that. So there is a Treasure Lane that entered a competition, and there is evidence that that was the winner, and the winner was changed at the last moment. Not really sure how that happened, but in the complaint, a friend of the competition made arrangements so the number one spot had already been spoken for. And so you guys can argue that back and forth with your attorneys. However, I do feel like this matter is eligible for trial. So, as I stated earlier, I need cash out receipts from 11/25 of 2024 to 12/30 of 2024. Prosecutors, can we make note of that? The prosecutors communicated, I think, that a couple of the folks that entered went into protective custody. Okay, so instead of me putting out bench warrants today, what I'll do is before the day ends, before this day ends, this business day ends, please give me a roster of who's in custody and who's representing who. So a list of attorney names and who is in custody. Okay. Okay, on the docket, someone named Uppity. She was short changed by $50. Okay, so I'll actually summons her. Okay, so I will summons her because this it looks like racketeering. I don't know if I can get with the attorneys. Actually it's gonna be tomorrow. So if I can get with all attorneys and um if you can get with your clients, see what their charges are, and tomorrow I want to have I want to have a meeting, and we'll do that meeting. Let's say I do have a opening at 11 a.m. and I'll open it up in case anyone needs to use StreamYard or come in through Zoom. So what I'll do is I'll do it as a private. So if everybody can leave their emails with me, so my secretary, leave your emails with my secretary so we can get a link out to you all. Tomorrow there will be a private meeting. The judge needs to meet with all attorneys without clients, and I will see how I'm going to proceed with this case and if I'm going to make it a RICO racketeering. But I really do need to meet with you all. This is a very serious case. We have more witnesses being entered into this complaint. We just have Uppity, and then there was a $50 judgment or $50 civil suit against said person um, in this lawsuit. Okay. And the prosecution is saying she is in fear of not being able to kiss ours with Nyca if she reports the shortings. Okay. So do we need to get a restraining order out? Okay, so I'll go ahead and grant a order of protection for Uppity versus Lady Nyca. And then that protection order will go in as effective today, which is Thursday, January the 30th, 2025. All right, I'll just sign off on it. And prosecution, you make sure you sign off of it on it and get it back to my secretary. So I'll go ahead and sign now, and you could sign. I'm signing electronically, so okay. Do we have any more complaints pertaining to what seems to be a RICO case? Okay, and then we did summons Pastor J. Wilson. There is a $200 civil case against you. If his attorneys are in here. All right, and then on the docket we have Dovey versus the leasing office. Okay. For the Dovey's case, are we looking for an eviction or what is this case pertaining to? Okay, so with this Dovey's case, what is prosecution? Do you know what this case is pertaining to? And the complaint says leasing office received overwhelming calls, complaints from the apartment complex, and I think there was an agreement reached where you were trying to get an eviction for Dovey. Is it Milton? Dovey Milton? Okay, so it was noise complaints. Okay, so actually, let's see. Is there any attorneys representing the Dovey Milton versus the leasing company? The leasing company. And is this an apartment or a condo? Okay, it's an apartment. It's an apartment. Okay. Give me 1 second. Do we have a Dovey Milton in here today? Okay, the prosecution says a liquor bottles tossed off the balcony. Okay, so that's very hazardous. Okay, so let's see. So we'll do a littering charge. We'll do leasing agreement violation. And is the party updated on rent? Okay. Okay, give me 1 second. We do have more complaints from the prosecution. Plus, one of the men is married and the wife has something to say. And this is in North Carolina, correct? She she may have picked up another charge because here in Carolina, marriage is very sacred. Okay, so we're looking at charges. Is there a civil suit going on with the wife and has she filed a report? I mean, okay. So I'll make a note of that. So we might have Delphi. I'm going to go ahead and open up another case. That case is going to be 1302025 Okay. So if I can get with prosecution after this, that'll definitely be great. Dovey has a public defender. Okay, so if you all can reach out and see who her public defender is, let them know that I'm going to pass this off for Tuesday, February the 2nd, 2025. And I'll see them here at 9 a.m. Okay, and I'll see them here at 9 a.m. Okay. So with the attorneys, with the what was this one? Okay, we're not really sure. Okay, so I did state that I will be giving Jay Wilson a bench warrant. I'm going to retract that. I'll wait until attorneys can reach out to me before I make that decision. But if I don't hear, and I'm going to say this once and once only, if I don't hear by tomorrow, by the end of the business day, when I get back into the courts on Monday, there will be bench warrants going out. Okay, so we have Jay Wilson, we have Billie Jean, we have Lady Nyca, we have Brianna Burgers and Mr. Burgers. We have Pizza Intel, we have Shauna, and we have Shelly, and we have Uppity. Okay, so and I believe Uppity is a key witness. All right, so that's my judgment on today. I definitely want to thank you all for coming out to the courts today. We really appreciate you and your time. Thank you to all the attorneys that have come and represented your clients to the best of your ability. Please sign the affidavit, get that over to my secretary so that I'll have everything that I need Monday when I do come back into the courts. To the prosecution, thank you so much for keeping things in order in here, keeping things professional. This concludes this court case, and until next time, you have been dismissed.